Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are building quite a fun pink fairy-esque cottage. So without further ado, let's get into it. As we kick off our little speed build, I just want to tell you guys that this has become one of my very favorite styles of houses. This like very cottagecore-esque girly vibe. If I could find one of these where I live, because we don't have houses like this where I'm from, I would buy it in an instant. I think it's so adorable, and I came up with the cutest little storyline for this house in particular, which is actually inspired by one of my really good friends in real life. And we had talked about this the very first time we went to New York City together when we were 17, and we were walking through the little brownstones and talking about where we saw ourselves in 50 years. So my idea for this particular house, it's very small, really cute, very pink and girly, and you'll see that as we get started with the exterior. There's lots of florals. I even put a pond in. I never used to build with the terrain tools because I'm not good at them. I want to preface this video by telling you I'm not good at terrain tools. I'm not good at making ponds. I'm not good at making elevation. I play in a flat game because I'm not good at it. No one come for me. But I did think this build just absolutely needed a pond, so a pond it shall have. I literally never used to use the pond tool, and I think this is my fourth build in the last month that I've put a pond in. So there's that. So there's a pond, there's lots of beautiful landscaping, and I actually built this entire house. It is a limited pack. It is only the base game, obviously, cottage living, and romantic garden stuff, which I have had for a while, but I never really used. Probably because, I hate landscaping, and when I'm playing in like my legacy challenge or LP or just like filming videos, I don't really care what the landscaping looks like. Like, the easier the better. All my landscaping style is really generic. If you've been watching me rebuild Newcrest with just base game only builds, you would totally see I'm a plain Jane builder girl, and I am not good at landscaping. I am also sensitive, very sensitive. So no one come for me over the fact that I'm not a good landscaper. But anyway, back to this little story. So I thought this build is actually, again, I don't know why I chose to do it like this, but if you know the lot I'm talking about, it's in Brindleton Bay. Now, I know I didn't use cats or dogs. I should have probably just included that as one of the packs I was going to use because of the world I put it in, but whatever. I didn't use any of that. You can place this world or the lot wherever you want. But I built it in Brindleton Bay, and I was going for a very whimsical, like, cottage feel because that's so cute in my personal opinion. Like, how could you ever do anything else? And I really wanted, like, pink fairy cottage vibes. But one thing I don't think The Sims has enough for, which The Sims 3 actually did really well in their Generation expansion pack, is, justice for old people. Now, I feel some kind of way about old people. I really do. I love the old people in my life, but as someone who's worked in customer service where like iPads became a big prominent thing, and as someone who drives quite frequently, I have a certain disdain towards certain old people. Not all of them. You caught me. But in The Sims, I feel like there's like not a lot for them to do. Even after this latest expansion pack with the Growing Together pack, like I still feel like they don't have a lot of activities or specialty items geared towards them specifically. So I made this little old people house. Now back to what I was saying about my friend. My friend and I were walking through looking at the brownstones, and my friend, we both love the movie Chicago, the play Chicago. We saw it when we were in New York. We've seen it 3 times together. We listen to the soundtrack religiously. When we're getting a little juiced off of our mojitos, we play the soundtrack. We just love the movie and the entire thing. Chicago, 10 out of 10. If you've never seen it, watch it. It'll change your life. Catherine Zeta-Jones is actually magnificent. But we were like, we love jazz. We love that movie. We like the vibes. And we saw this woman who is wearing a fur coat, like a big fur coat, like Corella DeVille wears. She was stunning. She was fabulous. She was everything I could ever picture myself being at that age. Even now, like, you ever meet someone and you're just like, wow, you're definitely without a doubt cooler than me? That was this woman. She was so cool, and I'll never get over it. And we were both like, you know what we should do? Because we should be friends forever, which is a hard kind of friendship to come by in life. I was like, at whatever age, at like 63, we like agreed upon an age. I want to say it was like 63 or 65, like retirement age. We're going to leave our prospective partners and we're going to buy a brownstone, and we are going to wear faux fur negligees all over. We are going to be those women, and we're going to wear big pearls and beautiful lipstick, and we're just going to live our life. We're going to buy expensive cappuccinos every morning, and we're going to people watch. That's one of our favorite activities. So, for this house, it is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. Very whimsical fairy vibes. Very, this is what I would want if I was an old person. And in my head, these 2 elder ladies moved into this house, and they're just, living their best life. I don't know what happened to their families. Did they kill their husbands? Did they die? Were they ever married? I don't know. Do they have children? I don't care. But I know that these 2 ladies have been best friends in my head since they were infants. They were raised together. They've been through everything together. They went to prom together. They were at each other's weddings, and they're still BFFs. And now, in their old age, they're like, you know what? Let's just live out our dreams. And here they are. They bake. They have very eccentric, wait until you see the amount of wallpaper I use in this house. This is a very small home. There is a lot of freaking wallpaper. Anyway, so in my head, these best friends are just living their absolute best life. They bake, they go on hot girl walks together, even though they might not be as far anymore. They paint, they garden, they just enjoy life. And I'm serious when I say I don't care if they had families up until this point. They're living out the dream of all dreams. This is what I would want to do with my best friend, especially if I was, closer to death. I don't know how close to death they are. And they're just vibing their freaking life away. I also love the kitchen that came with the cottage living stuff. The furniture and stuff that came in that pack is just absolutely stunning. And it is some of my favorite in the entire game, especially the pink little sofa I used in the living room. As for romantic garden stuff, really, one of the reasons I use that, because I'm sure that that's, in the grand scheme of things, not the most popular pack, per se. But the pink flowers it came with, and, look at that archway. Stunning. Stunning. I couldn't resist. And then I realized I have never actually used the wishing well. I've seen it be used with other creators. I've watched people play with it on other YouTube videos. But I've never built with it, and I've never actually used it. So stay tuned for a video where I'm going to do something with that stupid freaking wishing well if it kills me. I don't care. I think it's flawless, and I love it. But I've really just been having quite the time. Now, does this say a lot about me personally? Maybe. I don't know. But this is the kind of old person I want to be. I don't want to be a lame old person. I want to be one of those old people you see driving the fancy cars, and you're like, oh my god, they're having a near the end of life crisis. That's me. That's me. I don't care. I put a lot of pretty art, and both the friends like pink. Obviously one of them is a little bit more into the yellow stuff, as you can see with the contrasting bedrooms, but overall this house is definitely pink. I got to use the pink roof texture, which I never get to do, and this is really inspired by my real life friend, who I'm not going to tell you about because she is really shy, and if I dropped her name in a YouTube video, she would literally kill me. She'd be like, why would you ever do that? Look, there's the well. I sized it down, and I did playtest it. It did work. I think I had to scoot it a little bit forward because it was so far in the bushes, but it did end up working just fine. I'm looking at my pond, and I'm not super thrilled with the landscaping, and I know I went back and edited that a little bit before I put it on the gallery. This is on the gallery. I don't remember the name, but I can leave that in the description box below. And you can always check out my gallery, which is just Tiana305. Give me a follow. And if you come from the YouTubes, tell me in the comment. That makes my heart so happy. I also want to be gallery famous, so there's that. But we're pretty much done with this house. I do have to do some painting, which took me a little while in terms of interior walls and stuff. But you will see the entire final product at the very end, because we're going to go and do a live tour right now. Here we are, wonderful people. This is the most beautiful little fairy-esque cottage I could have ever built. And we're going to start with all the landscaping I did. I really went in with landscaping, terrain paint, and I even used the terrain tools, as I mentioned. Here is our pond, and then our little garden area that I'm literally obsessed with. Look at this. Look at this. Pink, perfect. I am obsessed beyond belief. And then last but not least, we're going to go check out the inside. So it's very small, as you can see, but I really like this idea that maybe these two ladies are like the BFFs in their prime. They went to school, they tore up the town, and they just live their best life. They have a little reading nook over here. Then, you know, I really went ham with the pink bunnies, and I didn't realize how ham I went with the pink bunnies until just now. I love this painting. It's sized up. It came with Cottage Living, a little shoe rack. I think these ladies have multiple pairs of shoes, and they're just so fabulous. Little dining table, and of course a kitchen. Then they have one bathroom shared in between the two rooms in this little hallway, and then you have one pink masterpiece over here, again with all of the knickknacks and decor, as well as this one over here with, I just love the wallpaper that came with this expansion pack. I used it all over the place where I could. This is base game, but this and this wallpaper are all from Cottage Living, and I am obsessed. So that's pretty much the house. I don't know if I put it on the gallery yet, so I don't know what it will be called, but I'll put it in the description box below so you guys can get to it when you want it. Hopefully you enjoy it. That is it for us today. If you enjoyed my speed build, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You know I love when you do that. I'm so happy all of you are here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.